Hey Gemini, welcome to your full moon in Leo reading. It's just going to be a quick mini read. It is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. It's not going to resonate with all Gemini. Okay, so the full moon, we're going to talk a little bit about the full moon. It's all about tending the fire in our hearts and sort of opening up our heart chakra and clearing away all that dims our light and separates us from feeling connected to our journey here in this lifetime, as well as clearing away anything that is separating us from being connected to the present moment. It's a super powerful resource for removing blockages, and we're in the energy right now. Some of you may have felt the energy a few days ago, today, a couple days from now. It all depends on how you're aligned with the energies of the moon. All right, so let's take a look at, we're just going to get actually a message from the moon first. A personal issue reaches resolution. Okay, so some of you have been not stressing, but kind of wondering when something's going to happen, getting an answer for something. I feel like some of you have been waiting for an answer from someone. Okay. I feel like it's also there's a little bit of a reflective energy of the issues you have on a personal level, recognizing, what you're responsible for and what you're not. Understanding that if you're affected by something, it's about not understanding, but if you're affected by something, it's why you're affected more so than why someone's affecting you, or blaming someone for affecting you, kind of a thing, or needing someone to respond to you. It's an interesting energy because there's a lot of self-realization here for you. Okay. All right, let's kind of see where your power lies in this full moon. Like, what can you take advantage of right now? Your door to value. Yep, this is all about personal stuff. So I find it very interesting because I want to point out that appreciation is at the bottom. You're learning to really appreciate yourself and the value you have as a human being. And I feel like needing someone to validate you is giving you pause, because I think that's so fascinating. It's reaching a resolution because you're recognizing that you don't need it. If you get it, great. If you don't, you're good with it because you've accepted yourself. And that's kind of where your power lies right now, is to understand who you are and what you have to offer this world, regardless of what anyone else thinks about that. Very interesting. Okay. All right. Let's see what area of your life can benefit from taking risk right now. The first house, what people see and the impression you give. Yeah. Okay. I'm getting the energy. Some of you are always concerned about the impression you make, okay? The struggle with that is that you're then allowing someone's reception of you to determine your value. And so what I'm getting from this, the risk that you need to take, an example, is to be bold in who you are authentically, as an individual, regardless of how it's received. Okay. Regardless of how people think it looks. Because there's this dial back of, okay, why do I care so much about what people think? And I'll give you an example. This might be a silly example, because I feel like this is a lot about social media and how you look in your photos, or how, if you're going to draw the right people in, or what people are going to think about what you're doing, kind of a thing. There is there is a physical, especially with the first house being here, about how people physically see you. But on the topic, it all stems down to that root of caring what people think about you. So I was walking my friend's dog today, and we go down to this place, and I usually let her off the leash. She's this big husky, very sweet, but also loves to jump on people and like take them down. And I'm kind of like, we're walking, everything's good, and then these group of running women come, and they're super serious, they're laser focused. I'm like, oh my God. Like, what is happening right now, right? And I'm like, oh my God, they're gonna think I'm the worst person. I'm just letting this dog run around and ruin their, timing and their run, and I'm spiraling over anyway. So they run by and they grab her because she's all over them. I'm like, I'm so sorry, and they're like, oh, that's okay. Like, they were so nice about it. But I feel like if I had just relaxed and let it go, it would have been fine. But I stressed about that because we're raised to worry about what people think about us. Like, we're going to bring shame to our family name. Anyways, that was a spiel for somebody. I hope it resonated because I don't know. Anyways, but getting back to this is a personal issue for you, Gemini, that you no longer need to allow. It's dimming your light. Okay, having to look a certain way, having to be a certain way. And it's not going to be for everything, but I feel it's reaching a resolution because it's blocking you from really truly connecting energetically to your audience, if you will. Okay. All right, so we're going to pull some, because I feel that the energy of this full moon, and it actually ties back to Lionsgate back in August, but this full moon is very much going to help you swing into the momentum of your life purpose, okay? It's going to help your life purpose. Probably, I'm hearing like double time. So 2 times the energy towards that. So I want to just pull a little bit from my life purpose cards. Interesting. You inspire young people to learn. We have teaching, okay? How are you teaching others? And it doesn't have to be young people. It could be. Maybe and it could be school-age children. It could be adolescent children. I feel like what you're learning about yourself is going to help you teach others. Not only based on what you've experienced, and maybe you could teach people that or express it in some way. But I feel like until you can truly authentically be yourself, the good, the bad, and the ugly, that what you have to offer isn't going to truly resonate with your audience. I keep seeing audience, so I feel like there's a platform here. Let's get some guidance from the archangels. Very interesting. We have more schooling. Take great pride in your excellent work. Practice makes perfect. Consider getting additional education or training, okay? So we have the 8 of Ariel. This is actually the 8 of Pentacles energy. So it's about refinement. But refinement isn't, I'm going to call out perfection on this card, because refinement isn't perfecting yourself to other people's standards. It's perfecting yourself to your standards. This is how you reconnect to your journey here in this lifetime. You reconnect to who you are. You reestablish your value. You get right with your physical self. Okay? Flaws and all, because they make you you, and you wouldn't look like you if you didn't. You know what I'm trying to say. It sounds terrible. All right. I hope this has helped you, Gemini. Be your peace, love yourself, share your light, and have an amazing full moon in Leo.